Welcome to the One Sports Webcast. I'm Robert Wohner, and joining me is Rich Ryan. The results are in, and Rio de Janeiro has won the privilege of hosting the 2016 Olympic Games, beating out Madrid, Tokyo, and hometown Chicago. Ryan, what does this mean for Brazil, and what does it mean for the city of Chicago?
Well, for Brazil, it's great. South America has never hosted the Olympic Games, so Rio is pumped. And talk about the culture. The people themselves are extremely excited to be hosting the Games. You should have seen the celebration. It was unbelievable. Also, since the World Cup is being held in Rio de Janeiro in 2014, they'll have the available facilities to host the Olympic Games. Now, in terms of Chicago, it is a big letdown. You saw the people in the square, media outlets, so it's a big travesty, a lot of sadness, but on the other hand, it might be a good thing. The city of Chicago is saving $2.2 billion by not hosting the Olympics and forcing themselves to build facilities, so it might not be a bad thing for Chicago after all.
But there's so much that goes into putting together these proposals. I remember back in New York when they wanted the 2012 games, which eventually went to London. They were proposing a new stadium on the west side. They've got to get politicians and endorsements going on this deal. A whole lot of factors go into this. And I'd love to believe that IOC is as objective in picking their sites, like you like to claim that South America has never gotten an Olympics. I can't be as so sure. But I do want to make one point, though, about our President Barack Obama going to Copenhagen with Oprah to make this pitch. Let me tell you something, Barack Obama. You can't sprinkle pixie dust around the world and think people are going to like you. It makes us look bad. We care about Olympics in this country now, so obviously I would have wanted it in Chicago. That being said, why set yourself up for failure when, like we said, did you think Chicago was going to be in last place? No, but I definitely didn't think we were going to get it.
Yeah, the fact that it was last place was shocking. Back to the IOC's objectivity, their former president is from Madrid. He's a Spanish person, so it was actually pretty objective that although Spain and Madrid got to the final round, they weren't given the bid themselves. It was, of course, given to Rio de Janeiro. Now, you're talking about New York. What other cities in America do you think are viable to host Olympic Games in the future?
Well, I mean, when in doubt, just go to Charleston, South Carolina. No one has ever gone to Charleston, South Carolina and not liked it, Ryan. That is a beautiful summer, just beautiful fans. They've got the Family Circle Cup Arena where they've got a tennis match every summer. Charleston, South Carolina, that'd be my pick. What do you think?
Well, you're onto something because coastal states and coastal cities are usually the place to go. I'm going to go back to your hometown, though, New York City. It's the place to go. Jay-Z just released the blueprint. It's all about New York right now, so why not bring the Olympic Games to New York? It's a great city, it's a great town, and they have the facilities with a Brooklyn team coming in the NBA with the Nets.
Absolutely, and you know one thing I'm thinking about is the Olympics in America really hit a nice boost of popularity thanks to Michael Phelps and company, thanks to Sarah Hughes a couple years ago. So this is not a soccer scenario where just Americans don't care. People do care about the Olympics, Ryan.
And even other sports like running, Usain Bolt is taking over America right now. You see Usain Bolt on SportsCenter the other night.
Some people argue Usain Bolt's accomplishments in Beijing were more impressive than Michael Phelps. I happen to disagree, but some people do make that argument, though.
I just want to see Usain Bolt do the high jump and start doing other events, start throwing javelin and stuff like that. I want to see him lining up with an NFL football team. He can join the Giants, help out my man Steve Smith and Mario Manningham hitting passes from Eli Manning. That's what I want to see. Well, do you think you could get the pads on?
Bro, he's Usain Bolt. It speaks for itself. No, back to Rio de Janeiro, this is the bottom line. If it's good enough for tourists, if it's good enough for spring break, it's good enough for the Olympics. I love seeing the excitement on their faces, though, Ryan. That's what the Olympics is about, spreading global cheer. It's all the corners of the world. We've got it in America. We've got it in Beijing. Let's go to South America.
And it's great you're talking about spreading diversity. The next Winter Games after the 2010 Games, we're going all the way to Russia. In Russia, there was that whole Cold War problem and issue. So breaking barriers again, going across to Russia. It's really good. I see the diversity too. And
You're just drinking the diversity Kool-Aid right now, aren't you, Ryan?
Love the diversity Kool-Aid.
Great. For Rich Ryan, I'm Robert Wohner. Thanks for checking in on our One Sports Webcast. Be sure to check out our weekly TV show as well as our NHL webcast where we'll make our predictions for the upcoming season. Until next time, whose side are you on?